See, people who reject their roots, they miss out on a lot of goodness in life, on a lot of fulfillment in themselves. You see, I believe even if your parents were really bad, even if they were violent to you, or they beat you or raped you, they've given you something good. And I'm not saying that to make you forget the bad. No. You need to be very much present to it and deal with it. But in the DNA of both mother and father, something good traveled down to you. What was it? Well, because for many years I worshipped my father, I didn't really know. I didn't really want to know, because I didn't really want to get that close to him as he lives in me, in my DNA. I just thought, nope, he's a great man. He's like a god to me. And because I didn't really, it's horrible, it might sound, I didn't really like my mom. I loved her, but I didn't like her as a person and as a woman. I had no desire, and I didn't even believe that she's giving me something good. That sounds horrible, and I come from a normal family, really normal, middle class, socialist paradise family, working people. After those years of doing the work, the deep work, I'm a blessed man. I really am. I wish they will one day get to that point to realize their own goodness. A lot of imagination from my mom. She's just great. The things that she comes up with as she's playing with my children, the things that she comes up with is like, wow, man, where'd you get this from? Or rather, where did I get it from? From her. Got a very vivid imagination. I always have. And even to this day, she doesn't believe that I've got this from her, which is very sad. And there's a lot from my father as well. And there's a lot of writing there as well. One of my father's great-great-grandfathers was a very prominent writer in Romania. He had the Bulgarian blood, if you will, but he lived in Romania. At the time, it was Romanian or something like that. He died very young. So I've learned a lot. The older I get, the deeper I go into my own story. I just can't wait to go back home and just talk to them, ask them about the grandparents, and I just see traits in them that have never been realized that I'm lucky enough to have inherited. And bless them. I bless them and I say, wow, I want that. Okay, what do I do? How do I go about developing that quality? That's what I did with the writing a few years ago. I'm still not a published author, but my writing, even in my second language, has really picked up. I mean, if I show you my draft from 3 or 4 years ago, or even 6 or 7 years ago, wow, what a difference. But many people go about just, no, well, I can write a little bit, but they never really trace that as far as, wow, so and so, my grandfather, he could write too. Well, then I've got a responsibility. I've been given this gift. I need to do something to develop that gift. So that's what I'm in the process of doing. Here, as I'm trying to rest as much as I can. Although family visits are not really rest, but I'm exploring and discovering a lot and watching my own emotions as well as I communicate to my family. And just, yeah, it's just awesome being so close, physically close to the land of your roots, and discovering a lot about that land as well. About this house is here. That's my grandparents' house, just here. My parents' house is just there. My brother's house is there. When my grandparents were alive, when my brother was very young, he found in this wall here behind me, there was a hole somewhere, and he found a revolver, an old revolver, rusty, had no wood in the handle, had no trigger. I remember it. I was 7 or 8. He found it somewhere. It was a 6-shooter with a short barrel. Incredible. a lot of history here. My mom a few years ago found a Byzantine coin with the emperor's face, Trajan he was, just there, digging her rose garden. Incredible. This place is ancient, it's just full of history. And the more I learn about it and myself, the more I find out about who I am. That's not about being a nationalist or a patriot. That's nothing to do with politics. It's to do with the land and its history, the good and the bad. It's to do with me and my blood. It's funny, the more I find out about myself, my roots here, the more at home I feel in the United Kingdom. The more I understand that history as well, because that's home now, and it's different. You know, me being here is just roots. I'm closer to my roots, but I'm not really home. Home is where the purpose is. Even though I've got roots here, and I just drink deeply from this land, I've got no purpose here. The business with masculinity, the man, the training, the all of that, very little of that work has happened here. A lot of work that happened within myself took place here, but I've not really been fruitful here. Only to a few people, a handful of people, if that. It's funny, isn't it? The more you discover about yourself, the less you're prone to be radical and to fall for isms. All the ideologies or systems, or my country is the best and my culture is the best. Find out the deeper truth, and then you'll be free. The more you find out, the freer you will be. That's where peace is. Peace is not found in systems. It's not found in eradicating borders and creating empires, enslaving others, or just saying that we're all equal and we just need to put up with each other. That's not really. It's so external. Peace needs to start from within. And then you understand your fellow human. No matter where they come from, you really understand them. First understand yourself. That's what I'm trying to do. And I don't know how long it will take me, but it's well worth it.